So I'm just going to talk a little about what I've seen growing up with Rachel that makes her so special, and just them as a couple, it's going to serve them well in the years to come. So, something that I've realized about Rachel when reflecting is that she often starts off kind of unassuming or under the radar, and then wham, she suddenly decides to flip a switch and knock it out of the park. She presses, excels, and surprises at every turn. So when we were little, we played a lot of board games and cards, and you sort of just assume for a long time, like, yeah, okay, she's the youngest, she's not gonna be a threat. Until one day, we were sitting there playing Nerds, and I turned my head, and this tiny little glasses-wearing blondie was just slamming down cards like a shark, and just went out almost immediately. So we had to upgrade her to the full deck after that. Later, she watched a lot of her older siblings' performances, with both Drew and I being in music theater. But for a long time, she was more interested in finding frogs and playing Minecraft and avoiding brushing her hair. Until one day, I went to her own performance, and it was just like this gorgeous, confident, coordinated star had been born. And it didn't take long before she eclipsed everyone else in the family with stage presence, musical ability, and dance moves. In work, I really didn't know what kind of high school job Rachel is going to want to do, but I was certainly not expecting it to be getting up at 5:30 a.m. to wear full pants and fake blackberries in the summer heat. We honestly had no idea how long we thought she'd make it, but each and every day that whole summer, she got up and out and on time, and she worked diligently while singing her heart out and spilling tea with her buddies, and she amazed and impressed me with her dedication and work ethic. This trait was even and especially true in relationships. I was always very boy crazy and chatty about it, but Rachel liked to keep things pretty close to the vest. For years, the only thing I could deduce about her type was that she had a long-standing crush on Ron Weasley from Harry Potter. Even as she ended up dating her, I was always just getting confused and up in the air about like what kind of person she'd end up with, until she started bringing Zach around. Zach, you are the knocking it out of the park for her. You're grounded and you're steady and you're thoughtful and you both make each other better. You both roll with chaotic families better than most. When you two got serious, it just clips like, oh, this is the kind of man she belongs with. And boy, am I glad that you both locked each other down. The Lord's timing is perfect, and He is responsible for this. So, because I'm a big sister and I can't give a speech without a little advice, I'll just say keep being that person who decides to excel, to surprise, to impress. Exceed expectations in impressive ways with how you two love and serve each other. Surprise people with how selfless you two can be in marriage. Romans 12:9-10 says, let love be genuine. Abhor what is evil, hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Outdo each other in the honor department. Defy what culture expects by repairing and redeeming hard days or hard seasons when many would say it's not worth it. I guarantee you it is, and it will continue to be. Continue to lean closer and closer to Jesus, and He will guide and direct your paths. When I first started dating Grant, you were about 9 years old, and I was driving you somewhere when you randomly said something to the effect of, you know, Claire, I think you should end up with Grant. I mean, you can date other people if you want, but I'm not gonna like them as much as I like him. Having you be my cheerleader in that relation, I'm gonna get ice cream later. Just no one more second. Having you be my cheerleader in that relationship meant more to me than you at 9 could ever know. So, I'm not going to tell you to date other people at this point, but I will say that I'm so glad you're ending up with Zach, because I won't like anyone as much as I like him. And I will always be your cheerleader right back at you. So, to Zach and Rachel, I love you guys.
Hello, everyone. My name is Austin, and Zach has given me the honor of being his best man. You might think that Zach would choose the best person for the job to deliver the speech, but he has not. He has, in fact, chosen the worst option of all the other groomsmen. He's chosen the only groomsman who's a student and chose finals week as the perfect time for a wedding. That's why I've decided to employ the help of the other groomsmen for my speech. At first, I asked everyone to write their own speech, but then we couldn't agree on one speech to give. So, I hatched a great idea. What if, and stay with me, what if we decided to give the speech one by one word at a time? This way, we can all express our true feelings about Zach and how excited we are for him at this time in his life. I'll start. Zach. Buddy. Pal. Friend. I am here tonight and wedding is good. That wasn't very good. We're actually going to start this over. Just going not as well as I would have hoped. Let's try this again. Zach. Buddy. We're actually going to drop this idea. Okay. Alright, this isn't working. We're going to have to switch plans. Does everyone still have the original speeches they wrote?
Oh, yeah.
Zach told me to keep this short and sweet, and we've already blown through so much of our time. So, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, all at the same time. Okay.
Zach is always... If you know Zach, anyhow, you probably know that Zach has his verse. Knowing his verse long as I have, you know that these verse stand there many stages of his life. As a kid, Zach was the coolest guy in his town. Wowie! This
Alright. I'm just now realizing that, we actually wrote really similar speeches. So I'm just gonna take over and read mine. Anyway, like I was saying, Zach used to be a chick magnet. Oh yeah. The next stage of his life, in middle school, his romantic appeal starts to dip off. This definitely had an effect on how he approaches the ladies from here on to high school. As in, he did not approach ladies. This gave him time to focus on his own character, thus leading to the formative years of Zach's life, the dark period. This period lasts for a while and leads creative projects known in some circles as the Emoji Movie Reviews and Boston Goes to Wichita Episode 1. If you know anything about these great works, then it is clear that this is the time that Zach truly figures out who he is as a person. As the newly formed man that this time turned him into, he decided to get back into the world of women. The corks formed during the previous years of his life made him a very difficult person to find a romantic match for. Miraculously, Zach met a girl named Rachel. Turns out there is a match for a man famous for making sandwich reviews, and whose favorite band is Radiohead. Rachel just so happens to have the perfect qualities that cancel out Zach's abnormalities and result in a reasonably normal couple. So, here's to you, Zach. You truly have beaten all odds. Congratulations. And to you, Rachel. Good luck. For the bride and groom.